It's Movie Time is brought to you by the Gateway Film Center, 1550 North High Street, Columbus, Ohio. Further details and showtimes online at gatewayfilmcenter.org.
The award-winning It's Movie Time is produced by John DeSando. Listen to the shows and read reviews online at WCBE.org.
I'm John DeSando.
I'm Hope Madden.
This is It's Movie Time.
It is.
Hope, let's
Yeah.
go to London. If there's any of it left,
Right?
the film is London Has Fallen.
Yep.
Is this junk?
It is junk. I think this, but we agree so often, John, that maybe it'll be refreshing.
Oh, no.
But we're not.
I'm going to like this better than you. I just know it flat out. First of all, London is my favorite city in the world.
That's what you said.
And secondly, I am a sucker for this formulaic save potus movies. Yeah, I mean, if you give me black SUVs and earphones and a drum roll,
You're all in.
I'm all into it. Aaron Eckhart as president looking better every day to me.
Yeah, he does have that granite jaw, Matt and I like those, and he's very talented. Aaron Eckhart actually is a very talented actor. Not that you get to see much of that in this, but he's really good.
I know he is. And we have Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
Oh, well. I'm sure his bank account is pretty fat.
Yeah, back-to-back god-awful weekend releases between this and Gods of Egypt. Yikes! What do you hate us?
Oh my God! All right, give me something good about this movie.
I
Hope.
cannot.
Come
This film is irredeemably awful.
on. What's awful about it?
Well, there are so many areas to go. I think that for one thing, the sort of generically brown, indecipherable where they come from bad guys I found
Right.
offensive, and the sadistic violence just so unapologetic about I found the film to be really unsettlingly racist and phenomenally weakly written. I'm not sure whether they really thought we were not going to be able to follow this plot, but every so often, luckily, they would cut back to a group of much too good for this film actors literally just explaining the plot to each other, in case any of us were missing it. They're just explaining the plot to each other around a table, just in case, and also, honestly, I thought the action was embarrassing. There's one particular scene to shoot out in an alley, and it's like one long take, a lot of camera movement, should have been very impressive, but it just looked like a video game setup to me. It would look like a soundstage, did not look like an alley, didn't look like, it was so, just took me right out of whatever, whatever sort of magic the film may have had for me. It just looked very fake to me.
It's funny, because I enjoy this kind of Euro trash much more than you do. But when I saw the shooting gallery kind of setup, now, a certain amount of this is absurd. There is no way a human being could put off 10, 20 guys with repeating rifles and himself shoot them all the way Gerard Butler does. I guess that's part of the absurdity of these thrillers.
And you do have to, I think, accept that to a certain degree. It's true.
But it is distracting.
Yeah.
It is distracting. It is very much like a video game. Now, for me, one of the attractions of this film, besides the fact that I'm much more forgiving than you are about it, it is certainly a repeat of Olympus Has Fallen?
Olympus Has Fallen.
I mean, the president is in trouble again.
Yeah.
Needs Gerard Butler again.
Right.
This is really, these guys, I think the people who produce this have a sense of humor. They say, well, we'll just give them the same plot. We'll just put it over in London.
Do you know what I thought was funny? Actually, Olympus Has Fallen, which is Anton Fuqua, who, if nothing else, can choreograph an action sequence. I mean, his action sequences are glorious.
Yes.
But I felt like the original did have some comedy to it. It was sort of cheeky, like, look how over the top we are. This is Die Hard in the White House, Right. And I thought that the sequel was just mirthless.
Yes. If you take it over to London and you put a bunch of world leaders who are at risk, and then you have Gerard Butler saving our president who's been over there at a funeral, one of the things that titillates me, I guess, is the possibility that this could happen. Now, there's the point of this film that for me, each time it gets worse, my fear is that as I see these whoever these swarthy types are, as you were pointing out, and they are this time arms dealer. I have to give them that.
Well,
They don't
one of
assign
them
them
is
a-
one
the
of them
big
is
one.
an arms
Right,
dealer,
right,
right?
right,
How
right.
they infiltrated the entire, first response system in the entire nation is hard to know.
You know what I love? I love the guy sitting in some remote cave-like place with an Apple computer. It's so. But anyway, what strikes and I really approach this with a great amount of levity at a time of year where I'm dying for any kind of a movie.
Right.
But it seems to me that there's an element here that could be true. As I watch them with all their electronics and so on, I know a lot of it's fabulous, but I say to myself, with a certain amount of coordination, of effort, and bad guys inside, this could be done.
Sure.
Some form of this could be done.
Some form of this
Yes.
could be done.
And that's what puts me on, I say, gee, it's not quite as far out when you consider the possibilities today. And in fact, I look back and I say to myself, thank God for the Secret Service and whatever else protects our president or us, because the movie makes an absurd but sometimes compelling case for me about how vulnerable we may be. Does that make any sense to you?
I think so, and I think that any kind of the exploitation genre requires that for you to be able to accept anything, because it's really just an overblown fantasy of this one nugget of truth. And I think that in horror films too, that's what makes them compelling. I mean, if
That's right.
if there's no element of genuine fear there, then there's nothing
Wonderful.
to build on.
Yeah, wonderful. I love your word exploitation. They are exploiting our fears
Sure.
that grow every day
Right.
In the world. So yeah, that works out okay. Well, Hope, we need to talk a little bit more about this film before. Let me see, what else can we talk about? God, I don't.
Well, what did you think about Gerard Butler?
First of all, I am amazed how far he's gotten with that lisp. Incredible. But he had so much practice way back in 300?
Yeah.
That he had, I thought, promise, because he's handsome but not overly handsome. He seems to be just kind of low-key enough that he can be. But I think you were pointing out something that was dismaying me, is that he's not gotten better with his toss-off lines.
No, yeah, I thought that in this one, and he's the producer of this film.
Yes.
And I guess I expected more than just grimacing, although his American accent is very impressive. But I did expect more than just grimacing into the camera, and you didn't get a lot more than that.
Well, do you think it's possible, like, Rome has fallen? I mean, do you think there's something in the future?
No, I think that I can't believe they made a sequel to Olympus Has Fallen. I had no idea it made enough money for a sequel.
130 million or something.
But it came out almost back to back with another one. The other one was Jamie Foxx and Channing Tatum. Remember that?
Right, I do.
And I thought,
About the White House.
Right, exactly. Yeah, Channing Tatum was saving Jamie Foxx, who was president, and the same kind of thing. And to me, they're almost indistinguishable. I can't remember who was in which and what happened. So I guess I figured those two must have split the box office when they came out. I couldn't believe that Olympus Has Fallen got a sequel, and I have to think it's not going to get a third. I just, fingers crossed, it's not going to get a third.
All right. So, Hope Madden. The film is London Has Fallen. And it must be obvious from our conversation that I enjoyed it much more than Hope did. So I'm going to go first. And I'm awarding this a B-, because I'm just that kind of an idiot that likes this kind of thing at this time of year.
I'm going to go D-.
I knew it would be. Oh, gang, we have disagreed sometimes, but I don't think we've ever been two or
Probably
three
not.
letters
I don't
apart
think
like
so.
that. Great. Okay, well, hey, let's let our audience decide.
Yes, agreed.